Welcome back to Destiny Vibes with JFO. Today we're going to talk about what is Mercury retrograde. Okay, so as you know, I teach the divine zodiac. What I like to say is I teach it the right way, okay? I teach it in a way where we're making it completely neutral. We're realizing that we're a conscious creator, that we can use these themes to mold the clay of our beautiful hero's journey roadmap. Your roadmap is your hero's journey movie script in the sky on the day you were born, but we're using that roadmap as we go in the journey as the hero that you are, consciously creating your life, okay? So it's really important for you to understand that the way I'm going to teach you Mercury retrograde today is very different than most people teach it. So first, let's unpack the dates. You're going to want to write this down. So our next Mercury retrograde, yes, it starts today, my friends. Okay, it starts today. So July 17th, 2024 is the pre-phase. What is that, JFO? Every Mercury retrograde has a pre-phase, a retrograde phase, and a post-phase. Now, before we break this down, I want you to understand that the actual planet itself is not going backwards, but from a degree perspective, it is. So here's how it works. You want to picture this. So for this one, it's going to start at 21 degrees Leo. It's going to move forward toward, let's look at it, 4 degrees Virgo. Then once it hits 4 degrees Virgo, it's going to go into the retrograde season. It's going to go all the way back to 21 degrees Leo. And once it goes direct, it's going to go forwards again to 4 degrees Virgo. And then we finally move forward. Okay. So that pre-phase is when it first hits the 21 degrees of Leo for this example, for the season of 2024, summer 2024 retrograde of Mercury. Okay. So 21 degrees Leo is when we begin the pre-phase. Once it gets to 4 degrees Virgo is when we go actual backwards. We're going to go back again to what we just experienced in the pre-phase, backwards. And then once it goes direct in the post-phase, we're going to go forwards again. Okay. So we're basically experiencing it in the pre-phase once, in the retrograde backwards, and in the post-phase again. Do you see what I'm talking about? So that pre-phase begins today, which is July, let's look at the calendar, 17th, 21 degrees Leo, and then it's going to go direct on August 5th, which is a Monday, 4 degrees Virgo. That's when it's going to actually go backwards. And then on August 14th, it's going to go into Leo, because remember, it's going backwards. So it goes to 4 degrees Virgo. That's the day it goes back into Leo on August 14th. And then on August 28th is when Mercury is going to go direct in 21 degrees Leo again. Okay. So now it's going to go direct and it's going to go into Virgo on the 9th of September. And then we're finally going to be out of the shadow phase on September 11th, actually. It's going to go Virgo 4 degrees. Okay. So on September 11th, Virgo 4 degrees. And then the very next day, we're out. We are forward now. And usually how it flows, and we'll look at this in a second, but usually how it flows is it's 8 weeks in the retrograde, 8 weeks out of the retrograde, 8 weeks in, 8 weeks out. Now, Mercury is one of the most, popular ones because it's the closest to us and because Mercury is really all about communication, really all forms of communication, right? Whether that's, local travel or, televisions and phones and computers and electronics and anything having to do with communication, talking to your partner, talking to your boss, any form of communication is what is ruled by the theme or the planet of Mercury, okay? Because Mercury is ruled by Gemini and Virgo. That's another way you want to think of it. So here's what's fascinating is that is the theme, okay? But here's what's really cool. Number one, we're all going to experience it differently because that 4 degrees of Virgo and that 21 degrees of Leo and everything in between, all of that is happening in a different area of life for you than it potentially is for me. And it's all based on your rising sign. The second cool fact that I like to teach is that we don't have to make this a bad negative thing. This can be a season of total introspection. This can be a season of going within and really working on yourself in that area. So for me, my destiny is Leo, which is crazy. So my destiny is Leo. And so for me, my destiny of Leo is 12 degrees. So it's already past that. And then it's going to go to the 21 degrees. It's going to move forward into Virgo, that 4 degrees Virgo. It's about to potentially hit my 9th house, but it won't. And it's going to go back to Leo 21 degrees. So it's literally going to live the entire time past my destiny of Leo, my natal destiny, and it's going to live in that little nook and cranny of my 8th house of intimacy. Now, Leo represents glam and romance. It's really the fiery social sign of the zodiac, right? So it's glam and romance and love and creativity. And Virgo is the workaholic, right? Reality, like we're going to face reality, we're going to hustle, we're going to work, but it's also the sign of health in the body. Now, I use myself as an example, but I have to tell you, it is so freaking accurate. Because right now on Instagram, actually, Sexy Fit Love with JFO on Instagram, in the stories, and you could also find it on the highlights called dating, but I am actually doing my own bachelorette show. I am dating 25 men and looking for love using the dating apps, and I'm bringing a show, right? That's so my Leo. So my Leo in the Scorpio house of intimacy, right? It's the romance, it's the intimacy, it's bringing the drama with a show, and it's creativity because I'm creating the show on Instagram, but it's going to go into Virgo, and Virgo, that is so key too, because right now I am doing a yoga program from home, an athletic yoga program. I'm working on losing the last stubborn, 20 to 30 pounds with gut healing and this yoga program. And by the way, follow me on Sexy Fit Love if you want to join me for this. But I am just becoming my best self, and I'm working my butt off with my businesses. And so it's just so perfectly timed. And so I see this season for me. This is how I'm destiny mapping it, as I say, which means you're going to look ahead to the Mercury season and you're going to say, what do I want this to mean for me? What do I want this to be? And a part of that discovery is knowing where it is in your chart. So if you need help with that, let me know where your Leo and Virgo is. You want to look for 21 degrees Leo all the way to 4 degrees Virgo. But we can look ahead and we can say, what do I want this season to mean? Yes, we can use the themes to mold the clay of what we desire. Okay, so I never like to say that this is a horoscope because I want you to create your reality, and I want you to customize it to your unique hero's journey roadmap. Okay, so let's look ahead. I'm going to look at my calendar here. Let's look ahead to see how long that is. Okay, so from now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's about 8 weeks in a day. 8 weeks in a day that will be in this pre to retrograde to post phase, okay? And then let's check how long until the next one. Well, it's exactly 8 weeks. So the next one will be on November 7th. That is when the pre-phase will begin. We will go into the retrograde on the 25th of November. And then in December on the 15th, we'll go direct. And then let me just check the next calendar because that's 2025. The pre-phase will end on the 2nd of January 2025. So this is fascinating. It really truly is 8 weeks in, 8 weeks out. And this next one is going to be Sagittarius 6 degrees to Sagittarius 21 degrees. So remember, it hits the 6, goes to the 21, goes backwards from the 21 to the 6 for this one, Sagittarius, and then goes forward from 6 to 21. And then when we go truly forward out of the post phase, we go to the next degree and forward motion, right? So that's going to happen from November 7th all the way to January 2nd. So we're going to be having basically a really introspective, spiritual, finding your spiritual truth, revealing the spiritual truths. That's what that season is going to be about at the end of the year in the holiday season. So starting today, July 17th, we have 8 weeks of this Virgo Leo themed retrograde season, this introspective time to be creative, to be romantic, to be healthy, to serve. That's those Virgo and Leo themes, and to work on some creative project potentially, work on loving yourself, the disciplines of, Leo themes, which could be creativity, loving yourself, romance, right? And then we're going to have 8 weeks from Virgo 6 degrees all the way to Sagittarius. What is it? Sagittarius 6 degrees. That's crazy. So Virgo 6 to Sag 6. Look at your own natal chart and see that journey, the journeying. That will be the 8 weeks of massive action forward, not in a retrograde. And then from November 7th to January 2nd, we will have that Sagittarius introspection season for Mercury. So this is so powerful. So if you want to understand your hero's journey roadmap and do a reading with me, click the link below. And we can actually journey through your chart. We can actually go through your entire chart. We can see where this is happening inside your chart. Or if you just want to get your destiny for free, you can also do that below. I will catch you next week, and I hope you have an amazing Mercury retrograde season.